Typical Taste Tour. We're back with more. What we've got this time, this is a French liqueur. St Germain, product of France. It says some French stuff here that I'm not sure. It's a 20% alcohol by volume spirit.
Made from
liqueur.
fresh, hand-selected elderflowers.
It's actually from Dijon, France, which is where the mustard is from as well, obviously.
Well, there you go. It's gotta be good.
Dijon is in the kind of towards the southern part of France.
I hope this is mustard flavored.
It's got a lot of really nice architectural. Dijon does.
Apparently, it's supposed to be a citrus and tropical flavor kind of.
So you were saying earlier you had some interesting St Germain.
Well, there's two St Germains actually. There's the Catholic St Germain, who the street in Paris is named after him. He's real famous. I forget what for. But there's another St Germain who's like the alchemist, who he was a magician, who actually did live, and he was notorious for being able to turn anything into gold, and he was also he was a gifted magician in many different ways, and apparently Saint Germain has been what do you call it when you're he's been reincarnated several times over the centuries. And each time he was a famous, like, Frenchman, or a famous European of like a, aristocratic nature of some sort who was dabbling in the occult arts. But he's like actually very, very famous in the New Age circles. There's a St Germain church in Chicago that's been around since like the 1940s, where they still practice his occult arts. And really interesting guy, really interesting. A lot of people still pray to him. There's like this cult out in the West Coast that has a St. Germain song. It goes like St. Germain, St. Germain, St. Germain, St. Germain, St. Germain, and like yeah, it's not a very good song.
Let's open this shit up.
But the lady who heads the cult, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, she's like a multi-millionairess, and they actually forecast the apocalypse and built these underground bunkers, this underground world with all these hallways and all these weaponry and all this kind of stuff, and spent like millions and millions of dollars upon it, and then the apocalypse didn't happen. But they built all this down, like, in the desert and stuff, and they're waiting for the apocalypse. But
wow, that's very nice.
Interesting.
I like it.
That's very good.
So basically, you get the taste of honey. There's a lot of like honey notes in there, and it's mixed with definitely a very floral,
Good.
like grassy straw.
Yeah.
Mixed with flour, not flour as in the batter stuff, but flowers. Like a lot of flowery. Like if you smell a flower, it's kind of what it tastes kind of like a flower smells.
It smells great too. Yeah.
The aftertaste is actually even more flowery. It's almost. The aftertaste, you almost get like a little bit of green pepper taste or something. Like
I think what's really great about this, I've always wanted to try a lot of, down south, flower wines are very popular, made from all different kinds of flowers, especially dandelion wine is one that's very, very famous, but they're not easy to find around here. They weren't easy to find in the Midwest either, and I've always wanted to try a flower wine, and this is about as close as you can get. Yeah. And what you can do is, if you can't find a flower wine, you can, I guess the most common way to drink this is to make this into sort of like a wine spritzer. Mix it with a little bit of, a little champagne or some white wine, a little bit of, soda water.
I could definitely see that being good.
Yeah, definitely.
I could definitely see
that's
it being.
What this little thing says. Mix it with sparkling wine.
It comes with this little tag on it here.
I like the bottle.
The
bottle is
awesome.
amazing.
Does it? This may seem weird. Does the bottle seem a little sexual to you?
Yeah, possibly so.
You see what I'm saying?
Phallic.
You see what I'm saying? It seems a little sexual.
A little phallic, yeah.
Something about it.
Well, the French do not shy away from such things.
Do you get that vibe when you look at the bottle?
I get a little bit of that vibe, mainly just because of the way this is smooth and this is sort of more of the rigid area. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is give this an 8.0 rating, because this is a really tasty liqueur.
Yeah.
Very interesting, very unique.
Wonderful.
I like it.
I'm going to give it 8.5. I really like it.
I'm down for an 8 on it.
The guy at the ABC store when I bought it said these are flying out of the store right now. He said it got mentioned on a cooking show. It's popular. It's become real popular as a recipe enhancer for all different kinds of, gourmet recipes.
I could see it being nice for recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see this being nice for something that you drink over the rocks. I could see it being nice for something that you mix with champagne. I could see it being nice for a lot of
It's
different
got
uses.
a lot of variety to it. Obviously, it's versatile, and it's really original.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Really
it is. It's a very unique taste.
Yeah. I haven't
Eight-
tasted anything like it.
No, me neither. 8.0 for me. 8.0 for you. 8.5
8.5
for you. I want to hear some closing comments. What you guys got?
I kind of like
Say
build
it,
my
say it
load.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta like save my closing comments because I said all.
I better close now because I'm getting a little turned on by the bottle.
You're done.
That's why I spilled my load earlier because I got turned on by the bottle.
Right.
Then you're definitely done. The Tidball Taste Store will be back with more shortly, so we thank you for sticking around for this one, and hope you'll come see more.